As pet owners, it's our responsibility to understand the needs of our dogs. And just like humans, dogs can suffer from allergies too, especially skin allergies. If you've ever noticed your dog scratching or licking their skin more than usual, it might be a sign of a skin allergy. Dog skin allergies are a common issue that many pet owners face. And while they can be frustrating for both you and your dog, the good news is that they are manageable. We need to remember that a dog's skin is their largest organ, and it's vital for their overall health and well-being. In this video, we'll dive deep into the causes of dog skin allergies, how to identify them, and most importantly, how to treat and relieve your dog's itchy skin. Remember, a calm and balanced dog starts with a healthy and comfortable body. One of the most common culprits behind those incessant scratches and licks are those pesky little creatures called fleas. You see, when a flea bites, it injects saliva into your dog's skin, and for some dogs, this saliva triggers an allergic reaction. We call this flea allergy dermatitis, or FAD for short. Now, FAD isn't just about your dog feeling itchy. It can escalate into something more serious if we don't address it. The constant scratching can lead to hair loss, open sores, and even infections. Trust me, you don't want your furry friend to go through that. The good news is that preventing and treating flea allergies starts with a solid flea control routine. We're talking about regular baths with a good quality medicated shampoo, using flea combs to physically remove those pesky fleas and their eggs, and most importantly, using veterinarian recommended flea preventatives year-round. Remember, prevention is key here. It's always easier to keep those fleas at bay than to deal with the aftermath of an infestation. And don't forget, fleas can also hitch a ride on us humans and infest our homes. So it's important to treat the environment as well. Vacuum regularly, wash your dog's bedding in hot water, and consider using flea sprays or foggers as recommended by your veterinarian. By being proactive and vigilant, you can create a flea-free zone for both you and your beloved companion. Remember, a little effort goes a long way in keeping those pesky fleas away and ensuring your dog's skin stays healthy and itch-free. Now, let's move on to another common culprit behind those skin allergies, environmental allergens. Just like us, our dogs can be sensitive to things in their environment. And when I say environment, I mean everything around them, the air they breathe, the ground they walk on, even the places they love to explore. Pollen, dust mites, mold spores, these are all microscopic particles that can wreak havoc on a sensitive dog's skin. They can trigger an allergic reaction, leading to itching, redness, and inflammation. Now you might be thinking, how can I control the environment? Well, it's everywhere. And you're right, we can't control everything, but we can definitely minimize exposure and create a more allergy-friendly space for our furry friends. Start by keeping your home clean and well ventilated. Regular dusting, vacuuming with a HEPA filter, and washing your dog's bedding in hot water can significantly reduce allergens like dust mites. During peak pollen seasons, try to limit your dog's outdoor time, especially during the early morning and late afternoon when pollen counts are highest. And after a walk, wipe down their paws and coat with a damp towel to remove any lingering allergens. If you know your dog is allergic to certain grasses or plants, try to avoid those areas during your walks. And if you've got a digger, like a terrier, consider creating a designated digging zone in your yard with hypoallergenic plants. Remember, it's all about being mindful of your dog's surroundings and making small adjustments to minimize their exposure to potential allergens. Let's talk about food allergies in dogs. Now, you might be surprised to learn that food allergies are a common cause of skin problems in our canine companions. Just like humans, dogs can develop sensitivities to certain ingredients in their food. And when they eat these trigger foods, their body mounts an immune response, leading to a cascade of reactions, including itchy skin. The most common culprits when it comes to food allergies in dogs are proteins like beef, chicken, dairy, and grains. But really, any ingredient can trigger a reaction in sensitive dogs. Now, here's the tricky part. Identifying food allergies can be a bit like detective work. It often involves a process called an elimination diet, where you work with your veterinarian to pinpoint the offending ingredient. This usually means switching your dog to a special hypoallergenic diet for several weeks to see if their symptoms improve, and then slowly reintroducing ingredients one by one to see if any trigger a reaction. I know it sounds like a lot of work, but trust me, It's worth it to see your dog happy, healthy, and itch-free. Now, let's talk about contact allergies. These occur when your dog's skin comes into direct contact with something that triggers an allergic reaction. Think of it like this. Just like some people break out in a rash when they touch poison ivy, some dogs react to certain materials, chemicals, or even plants. Common culprits for contact allergies in dogs include certain types of fabrics, rubber or plastic materials, cleaning products, and even some types of grasses or plants. Now, these allergies usually manifest as localized itching, redness, or hives in the area that came into contact with the allergen. So if you notice your dog scratching or licking a specific area, especially after wearing a new collar, harness, or playing with a new toy, it's worth considering a contact allergy. The key here is to identify and avoid the offending trigger. If you suspect a contact allergy, talk to your veterinarian. They can help you pinpoint the cause and recommend ways to manage the allergy. We've talked about common allergies, but sometimes that itch is more than just an allergy. It could be an infection or irritation. You see, when a dog's skin is irritated, it becomes a breeding ground for bacteria and yeast, leading to infections that can cause intense itching, redness, and even hair loss. Bacterial and fungal infections are common culprits. They thrive in warm, moist environments, so areas like the paws, armpits, and groin are particularly susceptible. These infections often cause a foul odor and may even ooze pus. Now, I always say prevention is better than cure, so it's crucial to keep your dog's skin clean and dry, especially if they're prone to allergies or have skin folds. Regular baths with a gentle, medicated shampoo can help keep bacteria and yeast at bay. And after a swim or a romp through wet grass, make sure to dry their coat thoroughly, especially in those hard-to-reach areas. If you notice any signs of infection such as redness, swelling, discharge, or a foul odor, it's important to consult your veterinarian right away. They can determine the underlying cause and recommend the appropriate treatment, which may include antibiotics, antifungals, or medicated shampoos. Just like us, our dogs deserve to live a life free from discomfort. By understanding the causes, identifying the symptoms, and implementing solutions, you can help your dog lead a more comfortable and itch-free life. Remember, taking care of your dog's skin is an essential part of being a responsible pet owner. It's about paying attention to their needs, being proactive with prevention, and seeking professional help when needed. Take care of your dog's skin, and they'll be able to focus on what they do best, being your loyal companion. Always remember, if you're unsure about what is causing your dog's discomfort, consulting with your vet is the best course of action.